Hello, hello. Lavender Shedrick Williams here, sharing with the other woman magazine. For those of you who are, let me set my timer. For those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, uh, I publish a magazine called The Other Woman, and it comes out 3 times a year. And The Other Woman is the woman inside each woman who has been suppressed or unable to live freely because of roles, responsibilities, upbringing, religion, or fear of judgment. And it's basically to live your life unapologetically with no regrets and to make your choices. This is the most recent one. I wanted to come on and share about 10 to 12 minutes on this YouTube channel to share my other woman and how I found the other woman. So if you look at previous videos, you can catch up on how the other woman came to be. And today I want to talk about financial abuse. I don't think I was in a financially abusive marriage, but after I came out of a 20-year marriage, I am divorced. I like to use the word released. I was released from a 20-year marriage. There were some signs there, being a retired 20-year veteran serving in the United States Navy. I didn't feel like I had access to the money uh, in our account. And we agreed to have a joint account. We agreed to, after a marriage counseling, I remember the pastor saying, decide who's best with the money and management. And, being single, I only had my own money to manage. He had been married before. So, okay, you might be the better one to manage money. We're going to do this. I even talked to my parents. Should I get a joint account or should it be separate? My mother was saying that there's nothing wrong with having my own stash. Have a joint account, but have something for yourself. My father was all joint. And, he was saying if you're going to start off in a marriage together, everything be together, you know, grow your finances together. So I'm hearing both sides of it. But then certain things started happening in my mind. And by the way, financial abuse is nothing new. It's just not talked about as often as verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, which is another one that is not talked about often in relationships. It doesn't have to be a marriage, just dating. I had a choice to make. Even though it worked out fine, I was a stay-at-home mother, homeschooling the boys. Okay, he made the money, but I still had a retirement check coming in. So that retirement check went right to our joint account. And he took care of the bills so I can see it just like it was yesterday. All this paperwork in front of the computer, receipts and everything. So he would say, hey, you got any receipts? Put them on the table because I'm going to do the bills tonight. No problem. But then after a while, I was like, why do I have to give an account for every receipt, everything that I purchase? And not that I was purchasing anything that I wanted to hide, but I wasn't looking at what he was spending, but that was a choice. There was a trust there. There was an honor there, loyalty, just believing that, okay, we're in this marriage together. We make vows. We're going to do right by each other and um, spend wisely. Nothing wrong with saying, hey, I'm going to go buy this or I'm going to go buy that. Or, hey, do we have enough money in the account? Um, I was trying to be the good wife, the Christian wife. But when I had to ask, do we have enough money to go get my hair done? Or even being hesitant to ask if I could go and have lunch with friends or dinner with some girlfriends because I knew we were on a budget. You know, with one income, you have to be wise, you have to budget. But I got tired of that. I got tired of if there was no money to get my hair done, I just didn't get my hair done. And thank God my mother was had her own beauty salon for almost 40 years. So I knew how to do my hair. I knew how to give myself a perm, but sometimes I just didn't want to do my own hair. So I cut all my hair off. Actually, there's some symbolism in this. I had him cut it for me, shaved it all off, all of it off. And I had started going to a barber and just wearing my hair real short. That's not the why I cut my hair, but it was one of the reasons why I cut my hair. Just not having any hair just gave me a sense of freedom and value of who I was. I didn't want to be my hair. Plus, it was too much to maintain, having to do it myself and buy perms and all that other crap. But anyway, I had a choice. So after, and again, this is all about The Other Woman magazine is all about living your life according to your choices and not allowing someone else to deem what's necessary in your life, down to the money. So I decided that I didn't like not having full access or the freedom to spend without asking or letting you know what I was doing. So I got my own bank account and I let him know. We had a discussion, you know, this is not working out for me. I served 20 years in the Navy and I want to be able to go to freaking McDonald's if I want to when I was eating McDonald's and not have to put a receipt down at the table. Now that works fine with some couples. Again, you have choices. I made a choice and I've always had this independent thing in me. Never wanted to get married in the first place, but fell in love, had children. It's all good. Choices. I keep looking at my clock because I think this is going to have to come back and finish this one. So I went to a few banks, and of course, you got to have money to start an account. I didn't have money. Surely he was going to give me money to start an account. He wasn't in agreement with it. Finally, shout out to Bank of the South in Pensacola, Florida, because I had my retirement. They knew that money was coming in. They allowed me to open up that account based on my retirement that was coming in every month. I still bank with Bank of the South. I will never stop banking with Bank of the South because they helped me get that freedom, financial freedom back. And it did something to me knowing that I had my own money. Oh, yes, I contributed. I was paying the rent. I was always paying the rent in our home, for our home. So I continued to contribute and do the things that I needed to do. But again, ladies, there is a poem. I think Maya Angelou gets credit for this, but it's been some conversation about who really said it. But a woman should have, I think that's the name of the poem, A Woman Should Have. And the part for money, it says a woman should have enough money within her control to move out and rent a place of her own, even if she never wants to or needs to. I agree with that now. And there are a lot of women who don't have access to their money. There are some women who are not even allowed to work. There are some women who aren't allowed to maintain or be a part of the financial resources in their relationship. So that's just a sign that you might want to pay attention to. It feels good having my own money. It feels damn good having my own money, but it has to be what works for you. And in this upcoming issue of The Other Woman magazine, there are two articles. One is by Keitra Martin Davis. Let me see. I always have problems putting this. It's all ours. Money talk. Yeah, there we go. She talks about how it works great, always has been for her marriage. And that's wonderful. I want you to read her article. I have to be balanced in The Other Woman. There's another one written by Lolita Penn. She's a regular contributing article. Hers is No Secrets, Just Savings, where she had a joint account for many years. Some things started happening where she had to get her own account. Again, choices, 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 choices. Don't live your life. Don't be in a marriage, in a relationship where you feel imprisoned because of what someone else is telling you you should do. I had a friend tell me a long time ago, don't let anybody should on you. You should do this, you should do that. It's your life. And again, we have one life to live. So live your life fully with no regrets. I was going down Fool's Lane, FOOL, trying to be submissive, trying to compromise, trying to just be the Christian loving wife, trying to make it work. But I was going down Fool's Lane. So that is why I chose to get my own account. Now, plenty of things happened after that. Even when I was released from my marriage and chose to separate and go on my own, some things happened that I'm going to share with you in the next broadcast, my next video. There are some struggles that I had to endure to leave my marriage. I didn't want to be stuck in a marriage and stay there where there was no love there because of my financial state. There was no savings. Okay, Sam, my time is up. So I'm going to share that I invited that struggle, that financial struggle, and what I went through and what I had to do, from getting a job after being a stay-at-home mother and homeschooling the boys. And I had to get a car because we had one car. And this was all in my plan to eventually be prepared to leave. But I think that's a problem with a lot of women now in marriages that can't leave. There was no plan there. There was no stash there. There was no financial freedom, so they feel stuck. Okay, I'm not going to go over. We're going to, I want to share the Other Woman magazine. You can go to candypublishing.net, and I believe it's ready. It should start shipping Monday. And I apologize for the Postal Service, UPS, Amazon. The corona pandemic has impacted even publishing, shipping, and mailing. So it takes much longer. So if you have subscribed to this, subscriptions, copies will start going out Monday, but it's coming directly from the printer to your house instead of from me. So I apologize for that, but we just have to endure. And also, please hit subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel, Lavender Shedrick Williams. And I will be back again in a few days to share. We're going to continue about the financial abuse. Okay. You all have a wonderful rest of your day. And thanks again for tuning in. And remember, meet the other woman, embrace the other woman, and free the other woman. She's more a part of your life than you realize. Bye-bye until next time.